Hey, this is Rick Casalge, injury specialist from exercisesforinjuries.com. In today's video, I wanted to answer the question, is kneeling safe after knee replacement? And it specifically is from it's a question from Betty from Ontario. I have a question for Rick. I had a knee replacement last June. I've talked to various folks that have had knee replacements. We have discussed whether you should be able to kneel on your operated knee. Quite a few have said they have been told not to kneel on the operated knee. Others say the doctor says it's okay. I have found it difficult to kneel on the operated knee. I find it very hard to bend down and clean out those dust bunnies that accumulate on the floor. Do you have any thoughts? I do have your knee replacement book. Thank you, Betty. And it would be great if you can help me with this question, as I could not find it in your program. Perfect. Thank you very much, Betty. So this ends up being kind of a multi-part answer. So, is kneeling safe after the knee replacement? The number one thing I would recommend that you end up doing is asking your surgeon. Now, that's such an easy answer to give. And the reason why is, it depends on the person's situation when it comes to why they've had the knee replacement. Everyone might have a knee replacement surgery, but the reason why and the severity of their knee damage will end up varying. And your surgeon will end up knowing that. Other things is, with this explosion in replacements, specifically knee and hip replacements, there are so many different types of surgeries and different types of knee replacements that are done. And there's things that you can do and things you can't do based upon the type of surgery and the type of replacement that you end up having in there. And each ends up varying on what you can end up doing. So that's why I end up saying, ask your surgeon specifically if you can kneel on your knee and if you should kneel on your knee. Now, moving on to number 2, looking at the research. So there was a study done in 2002 where they ended up looking at 75 people, and they checked to see if they could kneel on their operated knee replacement. And what the results were quite interesting. What they found, out of those 75 people, they ended up finding 54 of those 75 people were uncertain. They didn't know if they should kneel on it or if they shouldn't kneel on it, because they ended up having mixed information from everybody, the surgeon, doctor, nurse, physical therapist, on what they should do. So there was confusion on if they should or shouldn't. So it's best for you to ask your surgeon and find out the exact answer. Now, of those 75 people, how many could kneel on that knee replacement without any discomfort? What they found was 64. 64 of the 75 really had no discomfort when they ended up kneeling on that knee replacement knee. So there still was 11 people of the 75 that did have discomfort. So looking at that, get a clear answer from your surgeon. Most people don't end up having discomfort when they end up kneeling on their knee, but some people end up doing. Now, the third part ends up being like what my answer ends up being. My answer is ask your surgeon, but then secondly, try to minimize how much kneeling you end up doing. That joint has ended up being, changed because of the knee replacement, and you might be able to kneel on it periodically, but you're probably not going to be able to kneel on it all the time or a long period of time, or with all your weight. So kind of be cautious of that knee replacement area. Okay, so there you go, Betty from Ontario, and I hope this ends up helping you, Betty, and also anyone else that is wondering if it's safe to kneel on your knee replacement. Now, Before you go, if you want some of my other tips and tricks when it relates to knee pain, this will also relate to if you've had a knee replacement, what I recommend you do is click right here. I have a brand new free report called 5 Tricks That Fight Knee Pain and Tightness. Just click right here. Let me know where to send that brand new free report, and I'll send you that brand new free report right away. Now, if you're watching this on a mobile device, tablet, smartphone, head down below in the description and click the first link, which will end up being exercisesforinjuries.com/knees. Let me know where to send that report, and I'll send you the report right away. If you have a question for me, just like Betty did, you can leave it down below in the comments section. And then lastly, hit subscribe in order to be kept up to date with future pain relieving videos.